It only happened once. I get this question so many times. A little embarrassing for you to ask, and also embarrassing for me to tell. Hola, it's Avi. Welcome back to my channel. I apologize if I am a little quieter today. Trying to do these videos early morning, which means baby girl is still asleep. But I just wanted to get this video out here because I do get this question asked a lot. And that question is, how many times did you baby dance during your BFP month? Yeah. Before we get into this video, I would love it if you would just give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. I know a lot of YouTubers say that, but it does. And make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss a video. Also hit that post notification button so that you can get notified right away when I post. I do post every Sunday and Wednesday, but I also post as the Lord leads. I've also started sending out Sunday devotionals. So if you are not subscribed to my email list, you'll want to get subscribed, sis, so you can get devotionals and TTC tips, motherhood tips. Actually, when you sign up right now, you'll get access to a TTC checklist that is in the description below. Let's get into this video. Timing is everything. God's timing, TTC timing, ovulation timing. Y'all, men have it easy when it comes to fertility. They make 300 million sperm a day. Like, that's just an average. They make 300 million sperm a day. While us, we're sitting over here releasing 1 egg a month. Like, it's hard. And so timing is everything. Knowing when you are ovulating, knowing, you know, even before the fact, when you will ovulate is so helpful in knowing when to baby dance. If you don't know what baby dance is, then you probably shouldn't be watching this video. And I know I've said this before on previous videos, but the month before our BFP month, I actually had a very short cycle. I'm not gonna say very short. I had, like, my cycle was shortened by like 4 days, maybe less or more than that, like 4 to 6 days, something like that. I had a short cycle. I ovulated, but I had a short luteal phase. I had a short 2-week wait. My 2-week wait didn't even last 2 weeks. It lasted, I think, 8 days. And so not enough time for progesterone to increase and for a baby to implant if you have a short luteal phase. And I'm actually not even sure if I was having short luteal phases before that, because we weren't TTC before that. We were just going with the flow. How about that? We were just going with the flow, going with God's will. When I actively started to chart my cycles, because of course I have this platform, I want to be transparent with you all, and I started to chart my cycles is when I noticed that I had this short luteal phase. Went vegan for the month, and my body, personally, my body is very sensitive to food. Different foods will set my hormones off. When I eat like dairy or just certain foods really trigger different responses with my hormones. So you have to really figure out what it is that your cycle is doing, so that you know when you're going to ovulate, so that you know that you're having a healthy cycle. Anyways, timing is everything. So when it came to ovulation, I did actually 2 things. One, I did OPKs, and 2, I checked my cervical fluid. I don't know why, but a lot of people don't like to talk about discharge or cervical fluid or fluid in general that comes out of your body. It has to be talked about because it is the most significant fertility sign for your cycle. Like, if you're not checking your cervical fluid, start today, sis, because you need to. Your cervical fluid directly indicates if you are in your fertile window, right? Your cervical fluid indicates if you are about to ovulate. Sis, you need to check your cervical fluid. I can go into way more detail about cervical fluid and what it's supposed to look like, what it looks like leading up to ovulation. Tip: if you haven't read Taking Charge of Your Fertility by Toni Weschler, it is a textbook. It is large, but it is so informative. It is so, for me, who is like I'm just like a science geek. I love science. Okay, let's just leave it at that. I'm a nerd, all right? I am a nurse, and so if you haven't read that book, I will link it in the description below. But back to cervical fluid. So my cervical fluid, actually, it's funny because I remember the day that we baby dance. When you're baby dancing for baby number 2, let me tell you something. When your baby isn't sleeping at night, that's why it only happens once. Because co-sleeping is real, y'all. That is one reason why I remember that night, because we're like, okay, she's in her room and we can have some alone time. And I came to him because I was tracking my fluid. I came to him, I was like, she's in her room, we can have some alone time, but I just want to let you know that I have fertile fluid right now. It's egg white and stretchy. Egg white, stretchy, and clear. And he was like, okay. I was like, I also just hit my LH surge, so that means I'm gonna ovulate soon. Like, I will ovulate soon. But we baby dance anyways. And here we are, 14 weeks with baby number 2. And so that was actually cycle day 15 for me. I wrote it down. You know how on the Glow app it shows like the little heart when you baby dance? Yeah, there's only one in the whole month. It only happened once before ovulation. After that, you know, she was getting in a schedule with her sleep. So just so y'all know, cycle day 15, I had egg white cervical mucus, which is the most fertile cervical mucus that you can have. It looks like egg whites. If you don't eat eggs, you might not want to after this, but it looks like egg whites. And it's really wet. Like egg whites. It's like sticky, but it stretches. It stretches. Like if you have it in between your fingers, yes. That's how you, sis, you have to check it. And if it stretches and doesn't break, like you can have sticky, you know, mucus that stretches, but if it breaks, then it's not very viable for the sperm. So if you have egg white sticky cervical mucus that stretches and doesn't break, you are good to go. Baby dance all day, because he has 300 million sperm waiting for your one egg. I also had a 12-hour surge that day. I think my first positive for my OPK was like 7 in the morning, and then it turned negative at like 11 at night. I ovulated on cycle day 16 of my BFP month. Definitely want to know when you ovulate. Definitely want to track your cervical fluid. You definitely want to be on one accord with your husband and let him know, you know, what's going on. The thing is, we don't have fertile fluid all the time, so you just want to make sure that you're constantly tracking. Like, that is like probably my #1 tip for TTC timing is track that fluid, sis. I think that's it for this video. I actually like going into the sciencey aspect of fertility. So if you want more videos like this, like if you want me to talk more about cervical fluid, if y'all like those type of videos, if y'all like me to get transparent and TMI, let me know, because I love TMI. Too much information, give it to me. And if you're TTC right now, I would love it if you would join our Fertile Faith Sisterhood. We are actually a Christian membership community of women who are looking to level up in their faith, as well as increase their chances for fertility and trying to conceive. We're working on our fertile mindset. We're working on our faith in God, and it's going to be exciting. We actually start in a couple of days. I'm so excited. It's going to be monthly. We're going to show up. We're going to do video sessions. We're going to do prayer sessions. I'm actually going to dive deeper with women in their charts, you know, looking at their charts to see what it is maybe that they can do differently during their TTC journey. But I am so excited, so excited. So if you want to join us, the link is in the bio. The link is in the bio, and I can't wait to see you in there. Make sure you go check out that fertility book as well, and I will talk to you guys in another video. Adios.